Friday evening, everyone. How was your week? Hope you had a wonderful week. Hope the weather was great wherever you are. You're looking forward to another wonderful weekend. The weather's supposed to be friggin' gorgeous here this weekend, so I'm excited about that, considering Mother Nature has blessed us with a ton of rain this spring. But anyway, okay, so we're gonna try swipe tonight on one of my handle serving boards using Chroma Chaos. So we're going to try a few different things. But before we do, there are a few things I want to tell you. One is I want to thank you all for your wonderful well wishes and congratulations on my new grandbaby. He is friggin' gorgeous. It was a quick birth. My daughter did fabulous. Cassandra did fabulous. Her husband is amazing. She had midwives, and it was just beautiful. And he's gorgeous. His name's Macklin, so we'll call him Mac. And if he's anything like his little brother, he's going to be adorable. And so this makes number 6 for me. And according to all 3 of my daughters, it's the last. And that's okay. I can spoil them all. But anyway, thank you very, very much for all the kind words. I also wanted to tell you guys, every one of you matters to me, and you know that. But I am so blessed because I have the most amazing customers, and I'm not going to name names because I don't, for one, know if anybody even wants me to. But you guys, honestly, I had a customer who lives close enough, no, it wasn't Canella, lives close enough that she dropped by the other day, and because she watches my videos, she brought me a coffee, which was so friggin' sweet. I loved her for it, and I didn't have the heart to tell her I don't drink coffee, but my Timmies are. So if you're watching, honey, thank you so, so much. And my husband heated it up and had it. I drink mochas, half hot chocolate, half coffee, because I can't handle a whole coffee. But it was the sweetest thing in the world. So anyway, I have customers who build me up every single solitary day by saying the nicest things about not my products, which is wonderful. It's fabulous to have resin and tints and metallics that everybody's starting to use and really starting to love. And it's wonderful to hear the feedback from all of you. And that matters to me, and it's very important, so don't ever think it's not. Good or bad. If it's bad, though, can you, at least maybe private message me? But it's also the nice things you say about my customer service and all that, and that matters to me because I need you to know you are extremely important to me. I brought this, you know the story. I brought Resin Pigment Canada here because we had nothing. And I've slowly, and it hasn't even been a year yet, slowly building it up so that you can come to my shop and get all the things you need. I'm looking for the best deals on everything I can find so that the prices are affordable for you. And I ventured out to the United States now, and you guys are starting to realize that, hey, the American dollar goes a heck of a lot further in Canada than it does there at home. So that's wonderful because now you get to try my products and you're loving them too. So it's fabulous. And we're looking into venturing even a little bit further, but that's just down the road, and we'll see. But because of that, what I'd like you to know is if you are in Australia, if you're one of my followers and you're in Australia, if you would like to do a group order and get my resin and my pigments and all that brought into you at a half decent price, and that's why it would have to be a large group order, because shipping would be terrible. Ask Mariette. Shipping would be terrible to just ship to a couple of people. It would have to be a large one. We'd organize it. But you've got to let me know. Private message me on here. You see me on Facebook, message me on Facebook. I need to know, because if I don't have the numbers, I'm not going to do this. I need to know that you want to do this, okay? Okay, so I've done my thank yous. I've talked about my grandbabies. Yeah, so we're going to get started. But before we do, the other night when I did the announcement of Chroma Chaos, I didn't get back down here because, you know, daughter had a baby. What the heck? Worst time. I came down to skins, and the first thing I saw, so tell me if you see this, and it's not just me. Does anybody see the scary clown face in my drippings? Right here. Right here. Scary, scary clown face. That's just awesome. It's just awesome what resin can do. Okay, let's get started, guys. We are going to do a swipe on a board, handle board. We're going to use these beautiful gold handles. And but we're not going to put these on till tomorrow. I got some gorgeous gold feet to go with it. So the colors we're going to use tonight are going to be jet black, Northern Lights jet black. We're using antique lace, and by the way, don't forget, my label guy was a little bit drunk and he put winter white on the antique lace, but you will know, for one, you'll see the difference in the color, but two, look at the difference in the size. You know, the white, even though this isn't it, the white is in a larger container than the antique lace. So we're using Yukon Fireweed. We're going to use my goldenrod that just came in. We're going to use Calamelca. And we're going to use Artie Sue's Beautiful Jade. So let's get started. I'm going to get this out of get the last of my resin out of my cup. By the way, guys, I've had some questions about my resin, how often you have to, or for how long you have to stir it. Is it the 3 minutes? No. And if you've used it, and I know you have, you know, there's no bubbles. It's a thinner consistency. You do not have to stir it for 3 minutes. I'd say a good minute, maybe a minute and a half, but you don't have to go a full 3 minutes by any means. So that's that. If you have any other questions, let me know. Okay, so it's not covering the whole board, but that's okay. Okay, so so I can get this off my hands, let's get some alcohol going here. Okay, so we're going to I'm going to try a little bit more than just a drop. And I'm only going to, what color was in here that I didn't stir up? Ah, the antique lace. sorry guys. I know I'm wasting time. Sorry. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to put a little bit more than just the one drop, and I'm not going to stir it. I'm just going to swipe it with my stir stick. And you know what? If you guys do have my resin, when you are stirring it, just stop for a second and watch the bubbles come to the top and disperse on their own. That is so cool. Okay, so I'm going to lay the colors down in rows. I'm going to leave this for the black and that for the black. So I'm going to lay it down in rows. And I got to tell you guys, if you have any of the Artie Sue metallic pastes, there is a bit of a smell to them. It's nothing bad. It's just, it must be the binder that she was using to make the paste. Oh, and I don't want that one right there. So if you have it and you're smelling it and you think, oh my gosh, is that my resin? No, it's, or I don't mean mine as in Northern Lights resin, just any resin. No, it's not your resin. It is, I'm sure it's got to be the binder, because her powders definitely do not have an odor to them at all. Okay, now I am going to put a bit of gold in here, but then I'm going to save some for after. Okay, so now I'm going to take my black. Let's move all this out of the way. I'm going to take my black and I'm going to put it on pretty thick right here. And right here, and I'm going to keep some in the cup because I may need it. And now I'm going to take a piece and we're going to see how this works out. Try it from this end. And since I missed this side, and on this side, sorry guys, I'm coming around on this way, I'm going to bring it up. Come on. There we go. No, the camera's in the way. Can you guys see the effects that's starting? Can you see that? Wow. Okay, so I'm not going to add heat from the heat gun. I'm going to add heat from the torch. I see something right here. My husband's back with my Timmies. Wow. Pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to leave it for a few minutes. Let it do its thing. And remember, this will happen until it starts to set up. This will keep happening. You'll see the bubbles starting, or the bubbles, sorry, the cells starting to pop up on their own. So while it's doing that, I'm going to take the color that's on the bottom here, and I'm going to do the sides of my board. Because this is one of my, this isn't one that my guy makes. These are the ones I get at Home Depot and just have them cut, so they have no rounded edges here. So it doesn't flow over the side as nicely as it does on my round boards. So I'm just, and while I'm seeing here, all these, look at these big beautiful cells coming up. Just gorgeous. And that's even, see, the swipe brings it up. Remember the other day I didn't do a swipe, I blew it with the hot air gun, or the heat gun. And yes, I got tons of cells and stuff in through the tints and stuff, but not so much with the metallics, because the metallics are heavy and they want to sink to the bottom. So there's two things you can do for that not to happen. One is put the thin layer of resin over your board or canvas first, and that'll act as the buffer. Or if you don't want to do that, then do a swipe, because what the swipe does is pull those colors together so that the metallics don't sink as much as they would just blowing them around. They'd go right down. So I think you're going to find more effects from the swipes if you are using metallics. Or, like I said, cover your board with a thin layer, which I do most of the time anyway, you know that. Not all the time, but most of the time. And another trick to even bringing out more cells is trying different things, guys. You know it works now in acrylics. Try it in inks. Try it in acrylic and resin. Those of you who still, or who like to mix, you know, acrylic colors with their resin, try it in that. See how that goes. You know, there's so many possibilities with this, and we're just scratching the surface here. You know, we are in resin period. We're beginners. We're all beginners. We're new to this. Resin was just, you know, you put it on your boats. Those beautiful friggin' wood boats. Now, we artists have found another use for resin. And yep, you know what? Using resin, you should always be safe. Wear a mask, wear your gloves, wear protective eyewear if you need to, because it's better to be safe than sorry. You know that most of the time when I'm working on my own and I'm doing a large piece that's going to take a little while, yep, I put on my stuff because I'm around it too long. But when I'm here with you, you'd never hear me if I put on the mask, for one. And for two, I do these, we're done. Before you know it, we're done. It's not a whole evening program. You're not watching me, you know, mix all the resin and the whole bit first. I do that to save you from that. So, okay, so we've done this. I need a little bit of alcohol. I'm going to heat it one more time. Let's see how my new... Whoa, some pretty action there. It's really starting to come, guys. So I think, you know, you will see it tomorrow. You'll see it after it's done its thing, when all the cells pop and the lacing. But I think I'm going to cut it a bit short because I want to get my handles on now. Okay, so off with the gloves. Like I said, remember, you guys can measure doing this. You know, if you want to be 100% sure it's dead on, or you can trust your gut, like I do. Doesn't mean that it's right, but you know. Okay, so they are on. I'm going to do one more. Okay, maybe not. There we go. One more. Oh, look at them popping. Look at the little cells coming up. See, it's like you just leave it and the cells pop up. And then they stop, and then you come back and you heat it up again and more cells pop up. And don't forget to try doing your sides, because you'll get some action there. Not as much on this board because, like I said, it's a nice flat edge. Oh, there's something hanging right there. And yes, I'm touching it with my fingers. This torch does not work worth a darn. Oh, wow. Very good. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do right now, before we end this, I think I am going to add a little bit of gold. In the black. So it blends my gold handles and then the gold feet all together, because the gold is blended in really nicely in here but isn't pronounced. So now that I've done that, let's see if I can get it to lace. But you're garbage. So let's go back to you. Not lace, do my threads. There we go. Oh, look, and it's popping more cells. See? You just keep, you know, before it sets, you just keep coming down and doing different things, and the next thing you know, you got more cells popping up here. There we go. That's awesome. Okay, guys, I'm going to bring you in to show you it now. Remember, it won't look like this tomorrow. We'll have even more. But if we stayed here all night watching it, look, can you see over in here? The lacing and these, look at these cells here, look. And these cells coming along in here. My threads. This new gold, the goldenrod, does the threading like I wanted. It really does. It's very nice. Little tiny cells popping up here that'll grow hopefully through the night. Some really pretty ones. My threads. Sides not so great, but I may come, well, I will. I will come down after and redo the blacks fine, but the sides are a little thin. Don't know if you can see that. I'm sorry, I just turned you upside down. Well, if nothing else, you're going on a ride. Okay, guys. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for everything. Like I said earlier, I got the best customers in the whole wide world. I'm so very blessed. My life is blessed. And again, I still swear to God, it's my mother-in-law. It's 100% my mother-in-law. Okay, guys. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.